Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today I have for you another Doriado deck. This time we're using Elemental Mistress Doriado. This card is so good. Anytime I get a chance to shine some light in this card, I'm happy. And I was able to build this deck, which is super fun, not very competitive, but nonetheless very fun. So Elemental Mistress Doriado is a ritual monster, 3-star. This card can only be ritual summoned with the ritual spell card Doriado's Blessing, so you have to use Doriado's Blessing. The attribute of this card is also treated as wind, water, fire, and earth while it is face up on the field. So if you control this card, you control all attributes on the field. Why is that important? Because of this trap card right here, fuh-rin-ka-zan. When there are face up wind, water, fire, and earth monsters on the field, apply one of these effects. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls, Regeki. Destroy all spell trap cards your opponent controls, Harpy's Feather Duster. Discard 2 random cards from your opponent's hand. Delinquent Duo, well that one dealt damage, but whatever. Or draw 2 cards, Pot of Greed. I mean, this card is insane. That's why it has such a hard activation condition. But when you pull it off, basically what you want to do is you want to be able to pull this card up so you can win the game by winning the card advantage. Either you're going to wipe your opponent's field, you're going to discard from their hand, or you yourself are going to draw more cards. So that's kind of what we wanted to do. But I needed a boss monster to run alongside Doriado before we had to use ritual weapon, things that are just not optimal. So now we are going to use Alistair the Invoker. He is a really nice 4-card engine you can splash into pretty much any deck that runs earth or water monsters. You can run it with dark, but the dark one is kind of lame. So yeah, Doriado being every attribute means we can use it to go into any of our fusions, which is really nice. And yeah, Alistair just makes the deck, it gives the deck that boss monster. So once you have taken care of the card advantage, you want to follow up with Invoker and summon either your Cocytus or your Magellanica. And the way we make this deck as consistent as possible is by using or abusing Master of Destiny. Our first 3 coin tosses are always going to be heads, as long as we have 5 cards with different names that have a coin flip effect. So we have Cup of Ace, Time Wizard, Sand Gambler, Abare Ushioni, and Jirai Gumo. This is a very weird lineup, and they all have their purpose here. I have the Jirai and the Abare as my Earth monster, so I can easily go into Magellanica. I have Time Wizard and Sand Gambler because they're both Ragekis. Even though Sand Gambler is not as efficient because he requires all 3 coin toss. He's still a Rageki, and they are both spellcasters. So because I have 6 spellcasters, not counting the Doriados, I'm able to run 2 Wonder Ones just to make the deck even more consistent. You can normal summon Invoker, search your invocation, draw 2 with Wonder One, and just get into your Cup of Ace, really dig deep into the deck until you can end with a Doriado and fuh-rin-ka-zan face down. Otherwise, you summon Time Wizard, blow up their monsters, draw 2. I mean, it's really good. I almost wish I had enough space to run 3 Wonder One, but really maximizing on the fuh-rin-ka-zan was the ideal play to go for, in my opinion. I'm running a 3 monster 2 ritual spell split because I can use a second monster in my hand. I can't really use a second ritual in my hand, and I didn't want to just go with a 2/2 or have a third ritual, because we draw a lot of cards, and if we need to stall, we can summon Magellanica, make our opponent deal with that, or if they have water monsters, we can use one of their waters and use Cocytus. But yeah, this deck was so fun. I have really cool footage for you guys to watch, and I really hope you watch all of it, man. I saved the best replay for last, so if you want to see a crazy Element Saber deck that wasn't mine, my opponent used a crazy element saver deck that surprised me, and it was such a close game between the both of us. So I hope you guys stick around and watch the whole thing. Here we have Loomis and Umbra. They're going first, so we got some element savers. He's really saving his flip down effect, so I'm gonna be able to use my Wonder One. I personally would have used it right there, and we can't really do anything here. So at this point, I was still running Arcana Force 14 because it was another play I could do. I could just leave my field empty and protect myself from getting OTK'd, but I really needed those Earth monsters in order to have at least a Magellanica in some instances, you know. So we're gonna go for Wonder One again. He chooses not to activate his Malehu effect. We get our Doriado finally, and Doriado's Blessing. So we're gonna use that Arcana Force, summon the Doriado, activate fuh-rin-ka-zan. He's trying to flip this face down. It does not matter if you flip this face down. My card already activated, and it's gonna resolve whether this is on the field or not. So we're gonna go double fuh-rin-ka-zan. He discarded his only card in hand. We're destroying all the spells and traps, and we're destroying all the monsters. Now he's in a top deck situation. We still have our invoked engine, so we're gonna use the Doriado because we're finished up with her. We've already used her, as bad as that sounds. She's done her job, let's just say that. So now we can just use her as a water material for our Cositas. And I mean, at this point, you know, I'm just gonna keep gaining more card advantage. Constantly recycling my invoker, and you know, just summoning more and more monsters, being able to use his monsters as well. So we're gonna summon the Magellanica, and now we can go for game. Exact lethal, feels good, man. Double fuh-rin-ka-zan, like that is the ideal scenario. I was never able to pull all three of them in one duel, but can you imagine, like, just either discarding your opponent's entire hand if they're going second, or you know, just blowing up all their field, drawing two. I love that card, man. I really love fuh-rin-ka-zan. And there's an invoked fusion that has the same effect as Doriado, which is it's all attributes while it's on the field. I don't think we'll ever get that card, but if we do, it'll be insane. Alright, so we're gonna go cup face. Let's draw some cards. Alright, Alistair is going to search Invocation. Look at all this deck thinning I'm doing. It is turn 1 and my deck is already down to 11 cards. We get the Doriado and we get a monster to tribute, which is good. We're gonna go ahead and summon the Doriado, set the fuh-rin-ka-zan, and I'm gonna go ahead and activate Invocation, put a Magellanica on the board. You know, really let my opponent know, hey, Doriado is not by herself. It's got this big beef monster ready to throw down if you dare come near her. So this was actually a pretty free win. 6 Samurai, doesn't draw into anything. We're gonna destroy the dual wield and they scoop. Cause you know, 6 Samurais, they don't want to let you play the game. But as soon as you do the same to them, they immediately scoop. But yeah, I could have done anything I wanted there. I could have discarded his hand, you know. Destroying the Fuma would not have been the smart answer though, because Fuma just replaces itself and then they can get a search off. Alright, now we have a Zane.
Duel.
Sorry, we're gonna get Cup of Ace after we already drew 2 off of the Wonder One. Draw 2 more. Look at that. My deck is 9 cards, and I still have a follow-up Alistair and a Wonder One. We can also use the Abare and just deal 1,000 damage for free on our opponent if we want to. But I'm trying to get to my Doriado, so we're gonna do even more deck thinning. My deck is 6 cards, and this is only my second turn. There's the fuh-rin-ka-zan when I activate Doriado's Blessing. And my opponent makes a crucial mistake here. He had the opportunity to banish my fuh-rin-ka-zan on the end phase, chooses not to, waits until it's his turn, Now he tries to activate it. Alright, we're gonna discard from the hand because I don't really care about your field that much. So let's see what's in that hand. Power Guardians, Flip-Flop Frog. Yeah, I don't think so. Invocation, using that Flip-Flop Frog that we just discarded from his hand for no reason. And let's try to win this. Go for the attack. Activate double Invoker, boosting my Cocytus to 3800, and that's lethal. It's such a good card, man. I cannot stress that enough. Zane, and then we have double Joey. This one Joey is going to set up the second Joey. I hope you guys are still watching. I mean, you could have skipped to the last duel, which is fine. I just hope you watch that last duel and give me a comment down below of what you thought. I was really hyped. That entire sequence. Can't wait. Let's just get this one over with so we can go to the main course. Alright, Field of Warriors. I'm gonna go ahead and set my Alistair. I didn't want to just normal summon and end, so we're just gonna set, at least try to protect our life points. If he attacks into it, we'll still get a search. Chooses not to activate the Red Eyes Fusion, instead goes for Drill Dark and Celestial with no mass change. So we're gonna get our invocation for free. Summon the Gambler. Activate. So as you can see, we still have a guaranteed wipe, but we've already used all of our coin toss effects. So any Cup of Ace is not guaranteed anymore. Time Wizard is not guaranteed anymore. But it's still good. We blew up 2 monsters. It's gonna activate Red Eye Spirit. He also happens to be a level 3, so it is a perfect target for our Doriado's Blessing. We'll see the animation. Very cool. Do not get to see that often enough. Alright, Doriado is going to be summoning Defense Fusion, set the fuh-rin-ka-zan. Let's wait for that Red Eyes Fusion activation that we knew was coming because he searched it last turn. And for the second time, we are destroying all of his monsters. I'm gonna activate Wonder One on the Invoker, draw 2. Banish my Elemental Mistress because she's done her job. Now we can get the Magellanica on the field. Boost it up to 4000, and that is exactly lethal. That man got double Raigeki. Once by the skill, once by fuh-rin-ka-zan. And now for the main course. This guy, I really wish I could build his deck, but unfortunately I looked at it and he has too many cards that I don't have 3 copies of. But his turn 1, I was like, wow, what a guy. Alright, so he's got Field of Warriors, which doesn't speak a great deck, but look at what he's gonna do. Special summons Gilsars, normal summons Deep Sea Diva. Deep Sea Diva is gonna summon another Deep Sea Diva. I'm like, okay, Armades, what are you going for right here? Thinking emoji. X-Saber Wayne. Wayne is going to special summon Molehu, and then Deep Sea Diva and Wayne synchro summon. Samurai Destroyer. What are you going for? Ancient Fairy Dragon. Destroy the field spell to search Palace of the Elemental Lords. I was blown away by this turn 1. I was like, wow, what a turn 1. He also has Elemental Training, so he can choose to either flip a monster face down or bring the light one and try to negate a spell. I got very lucky here. Actually, no. This guy does the right thing and flips my Invoker face down, not letting me draw 2. Instead, I get that spicy -1. So we're gonna go for Invocation, banish his Deep Sea Diva, and set up Cocytus. And this is one of those games where I unfortunately have to stall. I have to rely on Cocytus. I didn't have a great opening hand. Meanwhile, my opponent just went nuts on the field. He top decks Molehu, by the way. He summons the lap off of the Elemental Training, top decks into Molehu, but he still can't get over this. I have my boost. I just have to stall for as long as possible. Molehu is going to flip the Ancient Fairy face down, and what he's trying to do here is he's basically just setting up his graveyard to have enough attack. But you see what he just did. This right here changed the entire duel. He activates Palace of the Elemental Lords effect in order to add an Element Saver from the deck. So the next battle phase he cannot attack, and we're gonna take advantage of that. He's gonna go all in. We're gonna use Invoker to stall this battle phase. And now that I know he can attack next turn, I'm gonna summon Time Wizard. Why? He's gonna have to spend a resource to put him face down, and then my Time Wizard is just gonna stay on the field because he can't attack. So next turn we're gonna force that out again, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make him run out of negations so that I can go into my Doriado. I have my fuh-rin-ka-zan, but obviously the lap is a threat as long as it can negate a spell or trap. So he's gonna have to spend this resource on the Time Wizard, and now it's time to check Invocation. No delay. Now I know he doesn't have any more cards to send to the graveyard in order to negate an effect. So we're gonna go ahead and summon Doriado using the Magellanica that we just summoned. And Time Wizard tried a couple of times. My fuh-rin-ka-zan is not going to miss. Blow up the entire field. And once I knew he didn't have anything to discard, that pretty much told me the duel was over. He's run out of resources and we get the win. But props to that guy. His deck was really cool. I hope I can build it at some point because I was very impressed by the turn 1 play. Using the skill to be able to search his Element Saver's field spell. I don't know, maybe you guys have seen it. I had not, and I was very surprised. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And until next time.